chapter a lot of times. It's a long chapter, but it describes, I mean, today is the appearance of Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi, that's Mahaprabhu's second wife, appearance of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, who's very important incarnation. We could say the presence of Vrishabhanu Raj from Vrindavan, Radharani's father, and the appearance of Sri Raghunandana Thakur. He's a son of Mukunda Thakur, who was a famous doctor, but Raghunanda is very famous. It's the appearance of Raghunath Das Goswami. Let's see. Then it's also the disappearance of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I'm trying to see where that says that. And disappearance of two of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers, Bharati Maharaj and Parvat Maharaj. So many things. And today is Vasant Panchami, when the first flowers of spring are offered to Krishna. Now, I know in the West, it's hard for us to perceive that this is the beginning of spring, but in India, there's 6 seasons. And it's not really beginning of spring also in India, but it's the beginning of when the flowers are starting to bloom, and then they're considered the first flowers of spring. They bloom a little early. You've probably seen that in also in England. It's not unusual for the flowers to start blooming now, right? I remember last year I asked, and you told me the flowers were starting to bloom. The first.
Yes, they bloom already. Daffodils, crocuses.
Yeah. And those daffodils, they're which color?
Yellow.
Yeah, so they were also here we have yellow flowers that start to bloom about now. And they're very nice. They're very beautiful. They're nice to offer to the deities. I always say that they're, like they have this saying, homeboys, which means somebody who's from the neighborhood and everything like that. So I call the flowers home buds because they grow on our land and then we can offer them to the Lord. So I think that's, for a flower, that would be the perfection of a flower's existence, to be able to be offered to the deities. Is Saraswati there, or she's in her house?
In her house. We've got.
Nandava pranams. I'm here.
Okay. All right. But you've seen the flowers that are growing in the backyard in the temple?
Yes.
Yeah. And what about Lavanya? Do you pick those flowers?
They haven't picked any yet because we have some. I think there's only some daffodils. I think the pujaris haven't been out that side yet because the weather's pretty rough.
It says when the first flowers are offered to the Lord, so you should pick them soon, because this is the day one of the days that's associated with offering those flowers. See, today is the holy day of Vasant Panchami, the 5th day of the light fortnight of the month of Magh, when Krishna is worshipped with the new flowers of spring. So that's what those flowers are. Today is Vasant Panchami. And today is the advent of Srimati Vishnu Priya. Her father was Sanatan Mishra of Navadip, who was a Brahmin. So he, so she's the second wife of Mahaprabhu. His first wife was Lakshmi, and when Mahaprabhu went to East Bengal on a trip when he accepted some devotees, gave initiation to Tapan Mishra. When he got back, his wife Lakshmi had passed away. And the Chaitanya Charitamrita said she was bitten by the snake of separation, or the serpent of separation. So that serpent of separation, she may really have been bitten by a serpent and died, because, there's cobras and they're poisonous. So it might have been in that way she was bitten by a snake of separation, or she might have just passed away from separation from Mahaprabhu because he was gone a little bit of time. When he came back, the whole household was very upset. And then, the matchmaker, his name is Vanamali, he visited Sachi Mata, and he suggested that the wife of Sanatan Mishra would be very qualified. The daughter of Sanatan Mishra, Vishnupriya, would be very qualified. But at that time, Lakshmi had recently passed away, and Sachi Devi, she was a little afraid to present this idea to Mahaprabhu. But then Mahaprabhu later said to her, I heard Vanamali was by, and what about Vishnu Priya? She's very qualified and she's very nice. And Mahaprabhu suggested to his mother that he was interested in marrying Vishnu Priya. So the marriage was arranged. And she always, she was very young when she married Mahaprabhu. In fact, when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left, Vishnu Priya was very young. So after that, Vishnu Priya, she became when Mahaprabhu left home, took sannyas, of course, Mother Sachi was very upset, and Vishnu Priya lived in the house in Navadip with Mother Sachi, and then Vishnu Priya began worshiping a Murti, a deity of Mahaprabhu, and she would eat very little. She would chant japa, and for each Mahamantra she chanted, she would put 1 grain of rice into a bowl. And then at the end of the day, she would cook how many grains of rice were in the bowl. She would eat that. Ate very little. She became skinny, but she worshiped the deity of Mahaprabhu. And so we worship Vishnu Priya. She's very, very, very wonderful person. Today is her divine appearance day.
Maharaj, do you know anything about how that deity manifested?
The deity was commissioned to be made, and Vishnu Priya would go to see the Murti Wala and see how the deity was being made. And each time she'd say, no, 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 this has to be, and this has to be, and this has to be. And she would correct the Morty wall and say, this isn't right, this has to be changed. And finally, when she came and saw all the corrections and everything was made very nicely, she put her sari over her head like a wife, like a a Bengali wife does that in the presence of her husband. Sometimes she covers her head, so as a sign of chastity. And that was Vishnu Priya's way of showing, yes, now Mahaprabhu is present as the deity, and she worshipped that deity. And then later she moved. We always go to the place in Navadip where that deity of Vishnu Priya is. It's called Vishnu Priya Bari. It's not too far from Paramatala, and we go there. We go there to Navadip. When we were always in the Mat, on the second day, the first day we go to Antardvip and Rudradvip and Srimantadvip. That's all Mayapur, the first day. And the second day is all local. That is, we will go to Paramatala, to first we would go to Riddhi Mandir, where the old Shiva Linga is, very nice. And then from there we would go to Paramatala to the Prodamai temple of that's Prodamai is the Kali Ma. She's there in Prodamai, and we would preach. And then the third place we go is Vishnu Priya Bari, where the deity of Mahaprabhu that was worshipped by Vishnu Priya is. That's in Navadip. And then from there, we would go to a picnic area and have some prasadam. It's the day after. It was normally the day after Ekadasi, so we'd break the Ekadasi fast. And then we would go to Jagannath Das Babaji's Samadhi Mandir. So that would be the second day. The second day we would go see the deity of Vishnu Priya, her house in Navadip, and where she was worshiping Mahaprabhu. So that's associated with the deity of. You asked about the deity of Vishnu Priya. It was made. There were three deities worshipped during the time of Mahaprabhu. One was the deity of Vishnu Priya. One was the deity of Gauridas Pandit in Kalna. And the third deity is the deity of Gaur Gadadhar in Champahati. We go to see that deity, Gaur Gadadhar. That's it's the fourth day. And we go to, that's the deity of Champahati, of Dvijavaninath, Gaur Gadadhar. And we don't go to Kona, but that's where the other deity is of Gaur Nityananda Prabhu in Kona, of Gauridas Pandit. So three deities were worshipped during the time of Mahaprabhu. Vishnu Priya, deity of Mahaprabhu, the deities of Gaur Gadadhar, of Dvijavaninath, which are in Champahati, and the other deities of Gauridas Pandit. So those three deities were worshipped during Mahaprabhu's time. Now today is also the day of the appearance of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he's considered an incarnation of Rishabhanuraj, who raised Srimati Radharani. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi was a rich man a zamindar, which you would expect. I mean, Vrishabhanu Raj was not a poor man. No, it's an incarnation as Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And he was a rich man who lived in East Ben in East Bengal. But he had, as many times rich men, they had a house also in Navadip. So he would sometimes come to visit Navadip. And in the meantime, Mukunda was very good friends with Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit didn't have any, he of course followed Mahaprabhu, but he didn't have a guru and he hadn't taken Gayatri yet. So then Mukunda told to Gadadhar Pandit, would you like to come with me and meet a Vaishnav, come see real Vaishnav? So of course, Gadadhar Pandit was very excited and Mukunda took him to the house. He took him to the house of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And when Gadadhar Pandit entered into the house to meet with Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he saw that Pundarik Vidyanidhi was a very rich man and he had long silver hair that was curled and like wearing silk clothes and sitting on a silk bedstead and smoking a hookah. And he was thinking that this is somebody who's just a mundane rich man, an enjoyer. What kind of a Vaishnava is this? But then Mukunda, who was a good singer, began to sing one verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam that says, who should we worship if not for Krishna? Krishna was so merciful that even though he killed the witch, Putana, he gave her elevation to the Vatsalya plane, to the plane of the worshippers of the Lord who are in Vatsalya Ras, who are those who worship Krishna as their son or as their dependent. And that Krishna, even though he killed the witch Putana who came to kill him, even though he sucked the poison, she put poison on her breast and then tried to have the child nurse from her poisoned breast. But Krishna sucked on her breast, but obviously that would not kill Krishna. But when he did that, he sucked the life air out of Putana and her body became very big and everyone could see she was a witch, but Krishna gave her position in the group of elderly Vaishnavas of Vatsalya Ras, he gave her liberation. So when Mukunda sang that song and Pundarik Vidyanidhi heard that, he went into deep ecstasy, into trance. He started yanking out his hair. He started tearing all his clothes. He destroyed everything in the room. And then he went into trance for hours. And then, of course, this affected Gadadhar Pandit. He thought, I was thinking he was a materialist, a mundane man, and now I see what kind of Vaishnava he is. So he thought, I should take initiation from this man. But before he did that, he went to talk to Mahaprabhu about this. And Mahaprabhu said, yes, this is a very good idea, because Mahaprabhu, before the arrival of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Mahaprabhu had been chanting Bap Pundarik, Bap Pundarik, Bap Pundarik, and Bap means father. So in the mood of Radharani, Mahaprabhu was calling out to Pundarik Vidyanidhi as his father. And when Gadadhar said, I have insulted him, I think I should take initiation from him. Then when Gadadhar Pandit said that, Mahaprabhu said, very good idea. And he approved that. So Then Pundarik Vidyanidhi gave Gayatri to Gadadhar Pandit. Anyway, then let's see. After that, we have, and Pundarik Vidyanidhi was very good friends. He was good friends with Swarup Damodar. And Swarup Damodar is considered just one of the most advanced persons who worships Mahaprabhu, and it says Pundarik Vidyanidhi and Swarup Damodar were on the same spiritual level, and they were very good friends, and they used to play, even though they're senior Vaishnavas, they would try to offer each other dandavats and touch each other's feet. So they used to fight, just trying to touch each other's feet, who could touch each other's feet. Anyway, that Pundarik Vidyanidhi, it was such a great Vaishnava. And today is also the day of Raghunandana Thakur. Raghunandana Thakur was the son of one physician who's also named Mukunda. And Mukunda was the royal physician. Mahaprabhu had one time said that Mukunda, who's a royal physician, he should earn wealth and serve the devotees like that. And his son, Raghunandana, one time, Mukunda had to travel, and Raghunandana had recently received Gayatri, so Mukunda told him, "Can you worship my deity while I'm gone?" And Raghunandana agreed, and it was a very special big thing. So now Raghunandana is going to worship the deity. So when he worships the deity, he takes the food in to offer to the deity, to an offering for the deity. And then he offers his food. But when he comes to take the food, he sees it still on the plate. So he became very upset, and he began to cry. And finally the deity, all right, don't cry. And the deity ate all the food on the plate. And then Raghunandana's mother came, and she said, where is the prasadam? And Mukunda said, Raghunandana, he said, why are you asking me where the prasadam is? I offered it, and the deity ate everything. First he didn't eat, and then I started crying, and then the deity ate, and then his mother began to scold him. It doesn't work like that. That we offer it, and then it becomes prasadam, and then we take that. And now where is all the prasadam? And you've eaten it, you naughty boy, or like that. And so she was very upset with Raghunandana, and she said, when your father comes by, I will chastise you. I wanted to ask Rasaraj, where are you living now?
I am living in Veracruz in Mexico, Maharaj.
Okay, but I saw some pictures from New York that they sent me, and you were in those pictures. So those are old pictures. You're not back in New York?
No, they are probably from October last year.
Okay, just asking. They were sent to me by Kusham.
Yes. Yeah, they are all.
Okay.
I'm still in Mexico.
And can you stay in Mexico? No problem.
Well, actually, I can stay 6 months, but I will extend my legal stay in the country.
Visa what?
I can extend my legal residence in Mexico. I have to pay something, but I will try to figure out how to do it.
Okay, anyway, I'm returning to the story. So Mukunda told to his son Raghunanda, you can take care of the deities, and then Raghunanda is offering it. The deity, he sees everything still on the plate, so he cries, and then the deity comes and eats everything. When Raghunanda and his mother comes to take the prasadam, she says, "Where is the prasadam?" And he says, "What do you mean, where's the prasadam?" At first, the deity.
Now I have a chance to tell you this.
Okay, tiene que apagar el micrófono. Okay, so then Raghunandan and his mother said, "You rascal boy, what are you doing? What do you mean the deity ate everything? It doesn't work like that." She says, "You ate it." "No, no, I didn't." Okay, so then she says, "When your father comes home, I will tell him and he will punish you." How many times I heard that when I was growing up. "You naughty boy, what have you done? When your father comes home, he will take care of you." I heard that so many times growing up. My mother would always say that. So anyway, she told to Raghunandana, "Your father will punish you when he comes." And then when Mukunda came back, Mukunda is a great devotee. He was the Muslim king's royal physician. He is very exalted devotee. So when Mukunda came back, she told him, "You punish this boy, this Raghunandan, he's nonsense. He ate everything," and he said the deity ate everything, but I'm sure he ate everything on the deity's plate. So then Raghunandana's father said, "What is true? And then Raghunandana said, "No, the deity ate everything." So then Raghunandana's father said, "Can you show me?" And Raghunanda said, "If the Lord wishes, yes." And so Raghunandana is offering more food to the deity, and the deity is eating. But Raghunandana's father couldn't see that. He's an advanced devotee, Mukunda, but he couldn't see that. And then he said, what do you mean the deity's eating?" And Raghunanda says, "What do you mean? Can't you see? He's eating while I'm offering. Can't you see that?" And then Mukunda says, "If you ask the Lord to allow me to see, then I can see." And Raghunanda did that, and then Krishna showed him, and then he could see the deity eating. So then later, Mahaprabhu at one time told to Mukunda, "I'm trying to understand. You are the father and Raghunandana is the son, or Raghunandana is the father and you are Raghunandana's son?" And then Mukunda said, "I think that Raghunandana is my father and I am his son, because by Raghunandana's mercy, the whole family could get Krishna consciousness, because Raghunandana asked that the Lord to show Mukunda, and then from then they could all see that Raghunanda is a very advanced person. So he he is uh, you know he is there. Uh, it says he is considered to be an incarnation or avatar of Pradyumna. And today also is the appearance of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. You all, I'm sure you've heard many pastimes of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami he's the son of Govardhan, and his uncle is Hiranya Majumdar. His father is Govardhan Majumdar, and his uncle is Hiranya Majumdar. And they are very rich family. They're They're like a billionaire family. And they're tax collectors and Raghunath Das Goswami had more. It's like the son, they're so rich and he could have anything. But instead of wanting anything material, Raghunath, he always wanted to run away and be with Mahaprabhu. So the family was very desperate. They didn't want, this is all very common in Indian families. They want their son or daughter to be they themselves are devotees, but they don't want their son or daughter to become a devotee. They want their son or daughter to become their daughter to become married, or their son to become a businessman. That's what they want. They really don't want their sons or daughters to go to the temple and become brahmacharis or sannyasis. That's the last thing they want. So with Raghunath Das Goswami, he's always wanting to go. And his mother is so desperate. She said, you should chain Raghunath Das maybe to some piece of furniture so he can't go away. Put chains and lock on him so he can't. He's always trying to run away. And his father told to his wife, he told to Raghunath's mother, what is the use of chains? Raghunath Das already has what should be the most heavy and perfect chains. That is, he has more money than he could ever want to spend in this lifetime. And he has a wife that's as beautiful as an apsara. So what more? These should be chains enough to chain any man. Beautiful wife and so much money, why would he want to leave that? But these should be chains, but they cannot stop Raghunath. So one time Nityananda Prabhu came to where they're living. They're living in the Panihati. And Nityananda came there, and Raghunath Das said, if you don't allow me to go see Nityananda, I cannot continue to live. So his father gave him permission to go see Nityananda. And when he saw Nityananda Raghunath stayed far away, offering his dandavats from far away, but Nityananda said, you're like a thief, come closer. And then Nityananda caught him, and he put his feet on Raghunath's head, and he told him, now I will punish you because you're trying to be like a thief. So you make a festival for myself and all my followers. You make a cheer Doi festival. Chira, you probably have seen what is chira. In England, they probably call it poha. Poha means like flat rice. It's flat rice. It's rice that's soaked and made flat, and then you can, it's dried, and then you can put it with water and wash it, and then it becomes like rice flakes. Then you wash out all the dirt and water, and then you put yogurt or milk on it, and some gur, and some bananas, and then why it's very special. It's very special. First of all, it tastes good. And when we would go to Navadip, they would give us that cheer and doi and gur. They'd give that to us for breakfast. But why it's also special is because only Brahmins can cook for a sannyasi. Nityananda and his men, they're sannyasis and brahmacharis. So the regular community that's not Brahmin, Raghunath Das is not from a Brahmin family. So for his family, there's no question that he can cook. And that's not, Nityananda didn't ask for that. He said, you make me cheer doi, make a festival. And so Raghunath Das purchased so much cheer and doy and and sweets and everything, and they make a big festival for Nityananda Prabhu. Then not only that, they made the festival so big, it was for everybody who lived the next towns and everything. All people came, and it was for this big festival. And Nityananda Prabhu called for Mahaprabhu to come there. Mahaprabhu's in Puri, and Mahaprabhu came there. Not everybody could see Mahaprabhu, only advanced devotees could see him. But he came there, and Raghunath fed Nityananda Prabhu and his men, and Nityananda Prabhu said that Mahaprabhu came there. Raghunath fed everyone, and Nityananda Prabhu said, I brought Mahaprabhu here and he ate, so now you will be able to become free from always having to stay at home, and in the future you will get a chance to escape, and you will be made the assistant of Swarup Damodar under Mahaprabhu. And then in the evening they went to the house of um, uh, where was it that? Uh, who's the name of you went to the house of, somebody can tell you, look it up. Uh, uh, my memory, but he went there. That it was a house where they said that in that person, let me look it up. Radharani is said to cook in that person's kitchen herself.
Raghava Pandit.
Raghava Pandit? Okay. In the house of Raghava Pandit. They went to Raghava Pandit's house, and Mahaprabhu was brought there also, and Raghava Pandit, he fed to Nityananda Prabhu, and then he gave his blessings to Raghunath that he will be able to go with Mahaprabhu. So then one time the family priest came there to see Raghunath Das Goswami, and he wanted to, I think that's Yadunandana Acharya. Is that correct? He came there and he wanted to talk with Raghunath, and they left. It was very early in the morning before like Mangalarti or anything. And he came to talk to Raghunath Das Goswami about trying to help him because his pujari had left. And anyway, Raghunath Das at that time was not being watched by anybody. So then he thought, so many times I tried to escape, and there were 11 guardians always watching over me, and they'd always catch me. But now I am outside that vicinity of the house, and there is nobody watching me. So now is the time I can escape. And instead of going directly to Puri, he first went the opposite direction. He went believe he went north, and then he circled around and went by a different route, and they were not able to catch him. Then he got to Puri, and then Mahaprabhu gave him shelter at his lotus feet, and he placed him under Swarup Damodar. And then Raghunath Das told to Swarup Damodar. I have some question I wanted to ask to Mahaprabhu himself, and then Swarup Damodar told Mahaprabhu, and then Raghunath Das spoke, and he's told the Mahaprabhu. He said, you give me some advice about my duty, why I have left home and what I should do. And then Mahaprabhu told him, do not eat, do not eat too nicely, and do not dress too nicely, and don't listen to Gramya Katha, don't listen to what gossip, and always in this way keep your mind pure. And then that advice was given, and then Mahaprabhu said, and now any other questions you ask Swarup Damodar. And then Raghunath Das was assisting Swarup Damodar, and Swarup Damodar is the most confidential servant of Mahaprabhu, and Raghunath Das saw everything in relationship between Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu. So he could explain very nicely the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Then after Mahaprabhu left and Swarup Damodar left and everything, then Raghunath Das went to Vrindavan, and he was going to jump off Govardhan Hill and commit suicide. But instead he found the shelter of Jiva. He found Rup and Sanatana Goswami, and he was there with them. And then he was in Radhakund. Raghunath Das was speaking about the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, and many of those pastimes are not in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, because the Chaitanya Bhagavat deals with Mahaprabhu's Grihastha Leela and Navadip, but Raghunath Das was speaking about when Mahaprabhu was in Puri after taking sannyas. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was there, and he heard Raghunath Das speaking, and everyone asked Krishnadas Kaviraj to write down Mahaprabhu's pastimes, which he did in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is considered the most advanced book about Mahaprabhu's pastimes. But he heard those pastimes from Raghunath Das Goswami, and he also had the notebook of Swarup Damodar and of the Murari Gupta, I believe. Anyway, Raghunath Das Goswami, he's considered the Prayojana, like the Prayojana Acharya can explain about the advanced levels of love of Godhead. So that's Raghunath Das Goswami. Today is his appearance day. And then we also have, today is the disappearance day of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And every day you are singing Gurvashtika, Samsaradama Nala Lita Loka, like that. The prayers of Gurvashtika, thereby Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? We're singing those, and he is, such let's see. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is the advanced Vaishnava, and he is the guru of the Vaishnavas and of Baladev Vidyabhushan, who came from the Sri Sampradaya. And like that, Baladev took shelter under Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And later, when Vishwanath was old and couldn't the Vaishnavas had to present scriptures to represent them. Baladev Vidyabhushan presented that as the Govinda Bhashya commentary on the Vedanta Sutra and other Vaishnava literatures, but he considered himself to be the disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Then today also, the disappearance day of two of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers, Bharati Maharaj and Parvat Maharaj. And Parvat Maharaj, he lived next door to Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Godrumadvip, and he would hear Bhakti Vinod Thakur chanting, but Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to sit on a bench and chant so loudly, like he was calling to a friend. And Parvat Maharaj heard that, and later he went to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he joined the mission there. And it also mentions something which is funny, that Parvat Maharaj, he went near, he went to Bengal, one place in Bengal, and somebody asked him, have you been here to see this person from this area who's a Siddha Purush? Well, the word Siddha means perfect, but it means Siddha Purush is somebody who's supposed to be so advanced. But the word Siddha also means boiled, like Siddha Aloo means boiled potatoes. Or, you could have boiled potatoes or boiled carrots. And so that man told that person, he said, oh, I have seen many boiled vegetables. He said, have you seen this Siddha Purush? He said, I've seen many boiled vegetables. I've seen boiled potatoes and boiled carrots, but I never saw a boiled man. So then that person said, what? You're making fun of this great saint who is a Siddha Purush. So, and one time, I remember that one time I went to Radha, I was, doing the parikramas in Vrindavan, and one time I went to Radhakund, and all these local pandas, they always buy, oh, do you want to buy this and do you want to buy that? Here you can buy flowers to offer to the Radhakund and Shamakund, and I was tired of being bothered by these people. So I wanted, they're Vaishnava, they're living in the Dham, so I don't want to create any offense. And then they said, you want to buy this? And then I said to them, you don't know who I am. And they said, oh, who are you? And I said, I'm a Siddha Purush. And they said, you're a Siddha Purush. And I said, yeah, you have Siddha Aloo and you have Siddha carrots, you have so many things. And now I am a Siddha Purush also. I am a boiled man. And then they're all laughing. And I said, then they could see that I'm crazy, so they left me alone. What's the other? The other person is Bharati Maharaj. They were both good preachers with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So anyway, if you want to read more details, here you can read chapter 7 of the second volume, Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion. This book was published by by Mahananda, who is now known as Madhusudana Maharaj. He published volume 1 and volume 2 of Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, these books, and they were compiled by Guru Maharaj's lecture. So I really like these books. And if you read chapter 7 called A Holy Day of the second volume of Sermons of the Guardian in Devotion, you can read about today. It's very nice. Guru Maharaj's own words, so you can hear that. Now let me say hello to all the devotees. There is, who's that in West London? They all left except who's left?
We've got Jaigaranga.
Ruth?
Jaigaranga.
Not as much.
Yeah.
Meshri just went out, and then Lakshmi Rani's doing the offering.
Is that Jaigoranga from where?
New Zealand much.
Huh?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
So what, I couldn't make him out.
From New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay.
Disciple of Madhusudana Maharaj, so he was in Italy, and we invited him over.
Okay.
Devotee.
Who else was in the room before they all scattered?
Mayeshwari was here, but she's just popped out. She'll be back. And then Lakshmi Rani, she's just doing the offering. She's offering the Lord's.
Okay, from Colombia.
That was it.
All right. And there is Saraswati in her own house. Saraswati in her own little bari.
In a very tiny body, Maharaj.
Okay,
Chaitanya, my son, lives here with me. He's in the other room.
okay. And Sulalita from Turkey.
Dandavat Maharaj. Dandavat.
And Nandavat. And there's Ananda Govinda.
Oh,
Thank you. I still, this time I'm still, Ashramers is better, but I'm not better. I don't know why. My doctor said sometimes people get this lung condition and it stays for many months. So that's what I'm experiencing. That's why I asked you when it's going to be warm in England, because I don't know if I will be able to go this year to India because my health is not good. But maybe later when it becomes warmer in England, I can go visit. I can go to England and visit there, and maybe visit to Ireland also. Okay, and there, Madan Gopal is there, right? He's in Chile. You have to turn on the sound. ¿Tú estás en Chile? No hay nada de sonido, nada. Cero.
Okay, now it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maharaj, I want to introduce you. Quiero presentarle a Padma Purana, no sé si usted lo conoce, de los viejos tiempos. Le voy a presentar, o le voy a, tal vez se recuerde de él o él de usted.
Jai Maharaj, Dandava.
Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna. ¿Cómo se llama?
Padma Purana,
Padma Purana. Okay.
ISKCON, año 79,
79. ¿Dónde?
Puente Alto, Santiago, Chile.
A Santiago. Yo visité ahí algunas veces, pero me quedaba en 75 o 76, me quedaba en Argentina.
Bueno,
Y fui a Chile, pero en 76. Y creo después no regresé a Chile, pero estaba en Brasil y Perú y Venezuela y Trinidad y Guyana y Costa Rica y Panamá y Guatemala y después en México. Pero gusto en verte. Ayer era mis llamadas,
Cumpleaños.
mi disque,
Ayer fue su cumpleaños de él.
Jai Maharaj,
okay,
oh, feliz
Cumpleaños.
Vyasa Puja.
yeah,
Krishna.
so-called Vyasa Puja, but okay. Then
Se llamaba Vyasapuya.
Vyasa Puja.
Devananda, yeah, that was yesterday. Devananda, Devananda, he's there in England,
Ya, creo que ya nos
and
sacó.
Lakshmi Kanti,
Está hablando con ya otros devotos, de Vananda, las Vikantes, otros devotos.
Mm.
Dandava
Lakshmi,
Maharaj.
Jai Maharaj, Dandava. Gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare
Dandava.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Dandava Maharaj. Dandava Maharaj. Haribol.
Haribo, Haribo. Lakshmi Kanti, you,
Dandavat pranams Maharaj, Dandavat to all the devotees.
are you there alone?
Yes, at the moment,
At the
Prabhu
moment?
is doing some shopping.
Okay,
I sent you a message yesterday, but I know that you have been overwhelmed with messages, homage, and best wishes.
yeah, I got a message also, let me see here. Not
I
just-
tried to stay up for the broadcast, but it was too much. It was like, Prabhu, you still have your microphone on. I tried to stay up, but it was gonna be broadcasted at 2 a.m. here, and it was not. I wasn't able to stay up.
Okay, so. Then,
Maharaj, I'm also here listening as I'm driving along. I'm not on the camera because I'm driving, but I'm listening.
who's that?
Oh, Krishna Kishore, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I received a message from you telling me if you wanted me to go with you, if I wanted you to go with me to India, that you would go with me.
That
to
was
India.
last year, Maharaj. That was last year.
That was last year. Oh, I thought it was this year, but anyway.
Yeah, it was like last year when like you were not so well and you were gonna go to India, and I was saying I would arrange to go if you needed some help, but I just
Okay.
assumed you'd have found someone.
Okay, well, I'm still not well, but I thought that was from this year.
No, I
Oh.
sent you a message yesterday wishing you a happy Vyasa Puja, but
Yeah,
Hello.
I read all the messages I got, but I got a lot of people sent messages, but I read all the messages, and you know what anyone said, I read. It was nice. I thought the devotees are very affectionate. But
I'm
I
never
think
quite sure what to say on these occasions, so I just,
it
said
doesn't-
something.
It doesn't really, I appreciate the affection of the devotees. I'm thinking the devotees are very affectionate, and I'm not deserving of all their affection, but that's what I'm thinking. But I'm
And we
thinking,
think the same, Maharaj. We think you're very affectionate and we're not very deserving of your affection, so.
well, okay, I guess it works both ways, but the difference is I know that I'm not worthy of your affection, but anyway. Okay, so then there's Krishna Chaitanya. He's in Ukraine.
Janardan Maharaj, Dandavat to the devotees.
Dandavat. And Nazar is in Ukraine.
Dandavat.
Nazar, you are originally from Ukraine?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. And Rasa Raj is there with Sumangala. And I saw pictures. I thought Rasa Raj had gone back to New York, but then
Maharaj, Dandavat.
Dandavat, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yesterday we watched the transmission of your Payasa Puya in Socal,
Yeah.
and well, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to uh, to know you, and yesterday was very amazing program, very touching, and well, I'm also very happy about you, and that you're feeling much better than you were feeling a few days ago.
Yeah,
And
the funny thing is, yesterday they gave me so many things to eat and spaghetti and ice cream and cake and so many things. And then today I woke up and I was feeling worse than I had felt in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I felt when I woke up, I felt like, oh, and coughing up more mucus. I'm feeling worse from all the things I ate yesterday for my birthday or whatever it is.
well, you need a gluten-free diet for a while.
No, I cannot. I need double gluten. And all
And
right, I cannot live without gluten. That is not possible. And how can you not eat? Okay, rice is okay, and I don't need. I guess I don't need so much gluten. I could eat rice and vegetables but what else do you eat? Well, today I ate upma. The upma was very good. In the morning, upma tastes very good, and Kalindi makes nice upma. Okay.
I don't know what is Utma.
It's made with suji. Suji is like made from wheat, and it's a form of wheat, and then it's cooked with oil or ghee, and then it has some cauliflower cooked with it and some spices, and some water, and it's made like into like cereal, and then you eat that hot. It's very, very tasty. It's kind of like halava, but without sugar.
Oh.
Instead of sugar, they add salt. So it tastes wonderful. And Kalindi makes that nicely. Then we have Krishna Mohini. Krishna Mohini is there in Spain. And she
Dandavad, Sri Maharaj.
Dandavad. She's the elder sister, the eldest sister. There's Subhadra. And Krishna Mohini is the eldest sister of Saraswati and of Devashisa's wife, who's
Ishanuga.
And then we have Tunga Rasa, who's in Norway.
Dandavad, Maharaj.
Dandavad.
Dandavad. I
Everything-
didn't send any message yesterday, but I was thinking about you and I was watching the program yesterday. So it was very nice and much affection and love to you and much appreciation for everything, for all these classes we had with you. And
it was very nice. Everything. This morning I got a call from Neriha Maharaj. He called me. So I'm very blessed. I feel very blessed that the Vaishnavas have some affection for me. Anyway, then there's Karuna Sundari, and with her, with her youngest son, there's
Dhanavad, Maharaj. I don't know.
Dhanyavad.
How are you feeling, Maharaj?
I'm okay. When I woke up in
Mm.
the morning, I felt like I got run over by a car.
Oh,
Because
no.
ate all,
No, don't.
I had all these rich things and so many.
No, stop.
Uh,
Oh.
And there's a Mal, is that a Mal Krishna?
Maharaj has gone to sleep because it's quite late. It's like nearly 7:45 in the evening, so he sleeps.
Is Nitai there?
He's been awake since morning, very early.
Nitai is there?
No, he's gone to his parents in West London. East London, sorry. Yeah, he's
So
with his
who's there
parents.
with you?
It's just Sham Krishna and Nalini Priya.
Oh, they're so wonderful. They're very nice.
They're just here.
Very nice. Sham Krishna, is he big now?
Yeah, he's a big boy now.
Okay, and Nalina?
Yeah, Nalini too. She's all grown up. Stop Nalini. They're laughing. They're like,
Okay.
stop. Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
Then Rasaraj we saw, and Sumangala, and Ananga Krishna, he's in Tiwana. I don't know if now is probably.
Dhanyavad, Maharaj.
Are you there with Su Baby?
Yes. Sudevi, ¿quieres venir a saludar a Maharaj? Y aquí está también Ananda Rupa.
All right, that is Su Devi. I call her name is Su Devi.
Dhanyavad, Maharaj.
Dandavad Ananda Rupa. And there's
Hola.
Ay, es que.
Es que no lo escuchamos nosotros.
Su Devi, but I call her Su Baby. Su Baby or Su Devi.
Ahora sí ya lo escuchamos.
No lo escuchaban, Maharaj, porque tenía mi audífono.
Yo les escucho, pero Su Devi tiene como 5 años ahora o 4.
Sí, ya va a cumplir 5 el 3 de marzo.
Okay. Okay, Su Devi is 4 years old, and on March 3rd she'll be 5. But she's very sweet, Su Devi, and her mother, Ananda Rupa and Ananga Krishna. They're all in Tiwana.
Yesterday we made a program for your Vyasa Puja.
Okay. No.
Su Devi estaba esperando verlo ahí. Pensó que iba a estar ahí con nosotros.
Okay. ¿Qué? ¿Su Devi está comiendo?
No, tiene un plumón. She was painting.
Okay. Thinking. She has a pen. She has
Yes.
a pen. Okay. And Krishna Kishore, I think he's driving. I don't know. He's there in maybe driving home in London. And Jaya Lalita in London also, I guess. Oh,
He just arrived, Maharaj.
Krishna Kishore just arrived.
Dhanyavad.
And Jaya Lalita.
Dhanyavad Pranam Maharaj. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Can we see you or you cannot show?
No, I'm not feeling well. I'm in bed. And, next time perhaps. Yeah.
All right. Very
I'm
good.
very glad to see you.
Okay, I'm happy to see everybody.
Thank you.
So today is a special day. I said is Vasant Panchami. So spring is not too far away. I mean, it's already, it's middle of February. By March it starts to become almost spring, right? When is spring in England is in March?
But I mean, I'm a little bit wary to say March because I've known it to snow in April, but Yeah, it snowed also in March, like massively some years. It's a
Well, they say, there's a saying they say, March comes in like a lamb and goes out like a lion, or March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. So they say whatever is the beginning of March, if it's warm in the beginning of March, then by the end of March, it'll be terrible. And if it's cold at the beginning of March, by the end of March, it'll be spring.
I think
So,
you'll be getting a bit more sure of things, you know.
huh?
April, May, we're getting a bit more sure of things, but the English weather is very erratic, you know. Warm, cold, rainy, sunny, you know. But April, May was good.
Okay. So maybe if I'm not well, that's maybe what I can shoot for is April, May going. Maybe April. April is usually not too cold. I don't think. Now I have to think like an old man. Now I went to Mexico for the deity installation, and there in Mexico I got COVID, but this time the effects from COVID were very strong. Ashram Marsh got COVID too. And a lot of other people got COVID, but they didn't get tested. So, you know, what difference does it make if you get tested or not? If you got it, then you have to take care of yourself. And the test tells you whether you have COVID, but the symptoms of COVID, whether you have COVID, if you can spread it to others, that only lasts for about 7 days. After that, you can have it, but it doesn't spread easily to others. So not everybody gets tested, but the whole temple became, I mean, a lot of people became ill. And so, okay. Now I just have to wait till I get a little better. But for me to go on a long trip, like from here to England, and then from England to Delhi, and Delhi to Tarakeshwar, wow, that's like a little heavy right now. But I would like to go. The only thing is difficult for me in March. March in England is a little difficult because there are so many hundreds and even thousands of people. And that's what it was like in Mexico, so many people, and then somebody has something and then everybody gets it. But I shouldn't think like that. I should just think, no, it's Mahaprabhu's divine appearance. I go every year. I had the order of Srila Govinda Maharaj. So I should go there and I should not care whether I'm in good health or not. I should just go. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try to go to to India or
Still a ways away, Raj. A month and a half. Well, maybe not. A month away.
So in the meantime, I'm here in my room, and somebody gave me this. I don't know if you can see it. This is Wallace. Wallace. This is Grommet. So you know them in England, Wallace and Grommet. And when the light shines on them, they move. A birthday present. Okay. My Dandavat pranams to all of you. Now it's time for you to take Now it's time for you to take dinner. Saraswati, did you take dinner yet?
No, not really.
Okay. I don't know what time it is in Turkey. What time is it?
It's 11 o'clock.
At night?
Yes.
Oh, so dinner is finished.
Yes.
So everybody else who's in England, they can, now it's time for dinner time, and in Mexico, it's lunchtime. And what time is it in Norway? I don't know.
9 o'clock at the night
Late.
or tonight.
And
Yeah. 9 p.m.
9 p.m. and it's also, I think it's about 9 p.m. and 9 p.m. in Spain. So, but 8 o'clock in London, so it's time for dinner. So I say goodbye to everyone. My dandavats. I'm
That's Maharaj.
At least you can hear. I'm able to talk a little better. So not so heavy. My dandavats.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dhanyavad, Maharaj.
Okay.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat. Dandavat Madangopal. Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj. Dandavat.